gonna find out I'm doing this like a day or too early, and I'm just gonna go, what the hell? What the hell? The blooming hell? Ahem. Okay, that was weird. Lyric. What did I go to Fontaine? More. Let's assume blood quest anyway. Enabling experience mode. Do we think I should do the lore on this place at some point?
Drinking tea over there. Isn't that Yelan? Oh,
What of it?
Looks like she's having some kind of tea party with friends. We're just in time.
Residence place, not around the kind either.
Aren't we gonna go say hi?
No.
Well, Officer Edler, after all that work, I think we've got them this time. Might take a few days to wrap up things in the field. In the meantime, I think you've earned yourself a break.
Much appreciated, Miss Yelan. This case really took it out of me. 13 strongholds. One thieving weasel after another. We rounded up so many people, you almost start to hope a few were innocent, just to balance it out. I'm just glad we finally took down these crooks. Anyway, I'm gonna drop in on that old classmate of mine in Chaoying Village and reminisce about old times.
Don't forget to take some tea and dim sum back to your friends at the Maison Gardiennage.
There's two. Gotcha.
Oh, looks like Yelan's friend left. Paimon kind of wanted to meet her.
I have a bad feeling about those. You only must have noticed them.
Ah, another pleasant surprise. Traveler, Paimon, take a seat. Excuse me, a pot of your finest Yunlai white tea if you would. And 2 more place settings.
Yay, we have
Now,
friends.
judging by that expression, I assume you came over to ask about the 2 spies that were just watching us.
Yeah.
Spies? What spies? There were spies.
I've heard stuff on your conversation with your Favernian friend.
More than that, I'm sure.
Fontanian.
I bet they already sent someone to tail Officer Edler. Anything to foil our operation.
Oh, so you're tracking down some criminals? They've got some nerve spying on you like that. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon.
Yeah.
Well, those tend to be the kinds of cases that cross my desk. If I could leave it to someone else, I would. I could have been on vacation right now.
You have to handle it yourself. I guess it must be pretty serious. And so quite the term for it. What's a
Mora
harmony?
laundering, to the tune of 10 figures and counting.
Laundry? What does that have to do with Mora? And who are these figures? There are 10 of them?
In layman's terms, a
10,
certain
huh?
merchant in Fontaine possesses a large amount of Mora obtained through illicit means. But it's easy to get caught when you're moving that kind of cash. So you cover your tracks, create a front to avoid detection, and what do you know? Your illegal Mora now looks completely legit. And this merchant's front of choice? Fine art and antique auctioneering. He
Oh.
buys goods from all over Tevat, brings them back to Fontaine, and rebrands them as pieces of fine art, driving up their price in the process. Then, when the items go to auction, he buys them up at their inflated price with his own illicit funds. And through this exchange, the proceeds he receives in return are clean. This process allows him to legitimize his illicit wealth. He even launders Mora for other criminals as well, a business which earned him the title the Dark Financier.
Considering your involvement, I'm guessing some of his collectibles are from Liyue.
That's to be expected, I suppose. In Chenyu Vale, you can get your hands on exquisite antiques without breaking the bank. Tea sets, porcelain, jade, statues, all easily marketed as pieces of fine art. Liyue goods being used in illicit underground schemes poses a real threat to our trade standing in the long run. So, instead of getting to enjoy my long-awaited vacation in Fontaine, it's back to work for me.
Okay. Paimon thinks she gets it now. It's like moving Mora from one hand to the other. In other words, just disguising where it originally came from. But if you know what this merchant is up to, shouldn't it be pretty easy to catch him? You go to the auction, wait for him to appear, then nab him right as he goes to purchase his expensive piece of Liyue art.
Not a bad plan, Paimon. But there are too many
yeah.
loose ends. If you were the mastermind behind this whole scheme, would you really expose yourself as the face of the operation?
No.
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't want to be seen doing the dirty work. You'd send someone else instead. Like, if Paimon was the bad guy, she'd send the Traveler. No, wait. Even if Paimon turned bad, the Traveler would never. Paimon would need, like, a group of minions or something. Oh. Oh! Paimon gets it now. Even if you track down the goods, if this dark financier guy isn't the one doing the buying at the auction, you won't catch him.
It's not just a matter of who's at the auction. You also have to source the goods, transport them back to Fontaine, get them to the auction house. None of which are tasks he performs himself. He has a whole crew to hide behind. Tracking down the goods is already complicated.
Are you sure
enough.
this isn't just a
They
Fatui?
change hands so many times, the trail is almost impossible to follow. So the most logical course of action is to play the long game. You start small. You find someone you can follow behind all the smoke screens, who'll lead you straight back to the dark financier himself.
Which means you wanted them to hear a conversation to make them think you put your
Wait.
guard down.
So you were just pretending? And to think, Paimon thought all that stuff about wrapping up the case and taking a break was actually true.
Right you are, Traveler. Working with the Millilith and Officer Edler, we managed to launch attacks on all of the Dark Financier's strongholds, which allowed us to nab most of his crew. Those spies just now were his most important agents, the two people he trusts to have direct contact with him. The first is Corday, a senior member of the Fontaine Antique Association, in charge of auctioning off the goods. And the other is Dodamani, a ship owner from Sumeru and longtime cargo transporter. They're under pressure to salvage the situation, so we let them slip through the cracks on purpose. The goal is to make them think that, by some stroke of luck, they're in the clear and have room to act. They think keeping
Huh.
tabs on Officer Edler will allow them to operate under her radar and get whatever remains of their goods out of Liyue. But little do they know, while their attention's fixed on her, I'll be secretly gathering the intel that's gonna bring them crashing down. So, interested in coming along for the ride? I'm curious how you take to this line of work. Could be some potential there.
Taking down a criminal syndicate? Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of stumbled into this whole thing, but now we're
Yeah,
a
you
part of it
just
too.
told us way too much.
Let's do it! For Yelan, for the people of Chunyaville, and for, the Liyue business world.
I admire your selflessness, Traveler in Paimon. Let me be the one to look out for your self-interests then. Namely, your payment. How about we do this the Fontanian way? You'll get exactly what a top agent receives for a dangerous field mission. Getting started is always the hardest part,
This isn't
but
gonna be
luckily,
dangerous.
I have a lead.
There's
The
I'm
Dark
a
Financier's
traveler,
crew is even
Yelan.
more on guard than
You think the
usual.
criminal
So
syndicate's
our
gonna do
best bet is
shit?
to do some counter-surveillance to get on the right track. And I think I know just the place to
I
start.
get you canonically enjoy
Let's head
pain,
northeast and see if I'm
but I
right.
am the pain. That made no sense. There's also a Jake in here now. I can hear him.
Lyric. Yes.
Yes, my name is Lyric, and I eat soup.
You good?
Wait, what do you mean I only have 8 days to do this? What kind of event quest only gives you 8 days? Yeah?
Hello?
My favorite ice cream flavor is cookies and cream, Oreo, strawberry, mint, or the one, the sandwich.
All right, let's start our investigation here.
Yes, ma'am.
Everything is still frozen.
You follow Yelan through an uninhabited region in the northeast of Yelan's area.
Oh, why is my
Find
ice
the
cream
favorite
not frozen?
location, which just out the beach. You didn't see anyone else's finances clear, nerd. Suspicious about the area.
So, we can all agree this is just a normal stretch of wilderness, right?
It's not time for
Kinda
nabbing
same
bad
bad
guys,
from
Paimon,
around
yet.
here.
At least not yet.
Well, it didn't take long for you to understand our role here, Traveler. Thinking like a top agent already. Impressive. Like I said, we need to start small. If we want to track down the man himself, our best bet is to start with his goods. So right now, finding his stock is our #1 priority. And to do that, locating his hidden stronghold is
She's not wearing it yet.
Which brings us to what we're
I'm
here.
only on the first part of
Pretty
the
good
quest.
vantage point from up here, don't you think?
Guess so. Paimon can see the port of Yelan Wharf, the boats in the distance.
You only have another
and
8
some
days.
kind of tower. What's that for?
It's a lighthouse. The Millilith use it to monitor the situation at sea. In addition, the flashing of the light can also serve as a means of communication.
I think I understand what this is. It's a lighthouse!
Oh, let's hear it.
Why do I need the primogens, you ask?
Spying on the Millers helps with their operation. Another way dangerous search and transporting their goods.
Not too far off at all, traveler.
Oh, by the way, is Yelan voice?
The
Yeah.
Lilith maintain an impeccable level of
Yeah, she was
security
voiced in
and training
Betrayal,
for
you know, where she
consistent
says,
patrolling.
I've gotten a new assignment to Nordcry. My name is Jake, and I'm stuck in the 5.0 way.
This location offers a perfect vantage point to observe their lighthouse signals and deduce their patterns of behavior, which is a huge help if you need to move goods under the radar. So we should be able to find traces of the Dark Financier's scouts in this area.
Oh, okay. Paimon doesn't quite follow, but she'll take your word for it.
It's simple. Just take this forensic imaging device and investigate the surrounding area. As long as we're meticulous, I'm positive we'll find something.
I get to be a forensic scientist. Check. Alright, so I think I've equipped you. What do you mean this item will expire on the 25th? No, I don't want it to.
Well, all set?
Ready to investigate.
Remember, an eye for detail is key. Clues are often hidden in plain sight.
The freezer is
Yeah.
really cold.
Oh. The small rains my hand at the way, so from there. Oh, there's still something buried underneath. Haha. This is interesting.
What?
And with quest, obviously. This tree? A clue? I think I was meant to be able to go up here.
Hey, so Grandma? I think something might be wrong with the fridge because the refrigerator is also kind of not cold. And I did close them both all the way, so something happened. That light was off. Does that affect the fridge too? The red
Just
light.
on the island at once, okay.
Is it supposed to affect the fridge? I turned it back on. Is it? It's supposed to be on, right?
People are talking about fridges and I'm out here trying to play forensic scientist, but I don't know what I'm doing.
What's wrong with our fridge then? And why is it like not cold? I had some milk and it like wasn't really that cold.
I highlighted if me no zoom. This ship is in an position. Looks like it's been used recently.
Yeah. Both ice creams were
Goddamn.
Some good finds. Whatever door this key opens could be critical to the investigation. And this carrier pigeon tube contains several coded messages.
Got pigeons. And puzzles.
So there really is evidence around here. It's like these guys aren't even afraid of getting caught. What if the Millilith noticed them spying and decided to investigate?
These objects suggest the Dark Financier scouts were likely disguised as fishermen. People like that are trained not to crack under pressure. All they'd need to do is come up with a believable excuse, like needing a place to rest. The Millilith can't investigate or apprehend a civilian without probable cause.
Oh, Paimon can just see their smug faces getting away with something like that.
The good news is we managed to find evidence. These clues should help me with the
Not to
investigation
mention,
forward.
the traces on these objects are fresh, which means the scout here is still active and wasn't eliminated
Welcome
by
back.
Officer Edler. So we need to stay vigilant. We can't let them know we're still on their tail.
When Yelan takes out an elaborate set of tools and creates exact replicas of the key kind of messages from the scene, she then restores the scene thoughts that are just erasing any sense of investigation has taken place.
I had a hunch this area was being used as a lookout, and I was right. But that still leaves the question of where the goods are hidden. Any ideas?
I might be onto something. Surveillance operations are time sensitive, so if you need to send a message, it would need to happen
Spot on
fast.
again, Traveler. Looks like you don't need anyone to hold your hand when it comes to deductive reasoning. Given a carrier pigeon
yeah,
speed,
I fought in a
two
war,
locations
Yelan.
should be close enough to deliver messages quickly. That means the base we're looking for should be within a certain radius. Ruling out areas within line of sight of the lighthouse, as well as places with a lot of foot traffic.
Oh, there's also a lawyer.
Leaves? The shallows to the north of Mount Mingyuan?
That certainly sounds plausible. You have the cover of the mountains, and the advantage of hiding right under the authorities' noses. Well, our next destination is decided then. Let's go.
Yes, ma'am. Jake, you've heard of More Jump. Now get ready for More Ego, where Lyric is the only member. Now More Jump. You know Hatsune Miku? Do you not know who Hatsune Miku is? Project Sekai? Yeah, but like, they have a movie. They have the Miku movie. Because it's Hatsune Miku? Is that no reason enough for you? I've Hatsune Miku.
And nothing out of the ordinary here
With
either.
anything in the last place, that's not the one on it looks from where it could be
That's
hiding
right.
something.
No detail is too small to investigate. I believe in you. The evidence could be...
I'm
All right.
ready.
I know.
Yeah. And there's a lamp hanging from the transfer. Someone's going to work under that night. The pieces were right? Oh, yeah. They were being moved. That boar over there seems like it could be a clue. I'm not gonna lie to you. Huh? Lyric. Lyric is doing the lyric thing of being stupid. That's actually already safe. Looks like it's covering something. I think I'm too obsessed with that bird to find out whatever's going on. And there are some numerous footprints in the grass and signs from it's been here recently. Yeah, we got her. Hey!
The secret base where they stashed their goods! Definitely wasn't easy to find.
Well, well. Looks like you tracked it down in no time at all. I see your potential as a solo field agent, Traveler. Now, time to test out the key we found earlier. Let's see what surprises could be in store.
A domain! Probably.
This isn't their home turf, so I doubt they had time to set more traps. Should make our lives easier. I'll take it from here. The last thing we want is to leave traces behind in there. Caution is the name of the game. You two keep a lookout. Make sure no one barges in while I'm in there.
As you wish.
You got it! This is a first for us, but the Traveler can do anything. He's got your back!
I'm sure these guys will come back over here.
Good point. Yelan doesn't make mistakes like that.
Just in case you let the door to the strong and the specificity not on your side. You can try to do it so I'm going to be completely so close and wanted to sort from. Instead of noticing this feeling covers her hands on a thin skin of high drawer. This means she can touch the items in the chest first hand. The water from her hands will vaporize over time. Finally, Yelan enters the stronghold and begins to examine the items stored within.
Alright, that's done. I've noted the features of all the porcelain items, vases, and teas stored here. We need to keep a lookout for these features at the auction and pinpoint the person attempting to purchase the corresponding goods. Then, we can let them lead us to our main target.
Wow! That was fast! You must do that all the time, huh?
But now, what's our next move?
Now, we wait. There are countless auctions in Fontaine. We can't possibly monitor them all. Besides, that would be a waste of personnel. I'll continue to conduct surveillance in the area, keep tabs on the situation, and attempt to decipher their coded messages. Once his two
Okay.
lackeys move the goods, we can shift our focus to the upcoming auction. And then, we'll have somewhere to start.
Got it. All we can do now is wait.
Yeah.
Wait, and then follow them straight to the guy behind this whole thing.
This whole time, Officer Edler has been leading her two stalkers on a wild goose chase around Chaoying village. Once they decide it was all a waste of time, it's her turn to tail them instead. Not to mention our operation has already put them under extreme pressure. We've forced their hand. I doubt they'll last more than 2 days before making a move. So let's meet back up at Yelan Wharf in 2 days. Find me near the harbor.
As you wish. As you wish. What do I have now? Hey there, partner. Have you ever seen me lately? Channel has been never hugely in her for technical skills. That interplay of lighting shadow of self repression, and soon that I had to put on my sunglasses. And the glasses. Haha. Alright. This has been ruined to a hundred first today. The thick volume of catalog of silvers. The process with your friends in my head since the beginning of time. I look like a Honda clown spinning around. Yeah, so many complex dramatic phrases that I don't know to realize and show off today. Yeah. Here's your child's professional lens. Actually, I need a perfect shooting partner, and you know what I'm about to say next. You better count it than you. You're my bestest mistrusted partner. See you at the place then. I'll pick you up there. I'm busy with an auction right now, Navi. What do you mean there's more? Ah. 50, 100, 150, 200. 250, 300? 300 milligrams? That's just a wild quest. Anyhow. Oh, brain. Do I do the automatic time thing? I scared drink over. That's her name, Miko.
Well, it's been 2 days. Let's go meet up with Yelan. Woo! Paimon's getting excited! Searching for evidence, tracking down a crime boss. It's like being a real detective!
We are real detectives. Got that right, Hazel. Hey, Yelan.
Well done, you two. Right on time.
How's the case coming along? Any developments?
The day after we infiltrated the storage facility, the Dark Financier's two lackeys, Corday and Dodamani, started moving the goods. See that ship? It's the one Dodamani dispatched to transport the goods. It operates under the guise of a joint passenger and freight vessel.
Whoa! That's one huge boat! Paimon can see all the goods piled up on the pier. Seems like it's transporting quite
What
a
if
few
those aren't
passengers
the
to
real
Lumida's
goods,
harbor
though?
as well.
Thinking 2 steps ahead? I like it. You're a fast learner. If Corday and Dodamani think the authorities are onto them, it's possible the goods they're sending to Lumidu's harbor are a whole bunch of nothing. Just bait to flush out the law enforcement on their tail. But we need to be careful. Several members of the crew have confessed that a veteran treasure hoarder known as Scamface is involved with the Dark Financier.
Scamfest?
As an escaped convict, Scamface is a master of staying hidden. Based on our earlier investigation, it's clear he's the one who's been doing reconnaissance on the Millgate lighthouse. I'll circle the area to draw
This been
Scamface's
hype up
attention away
treasure
from the
hoarder
scene,
lore?
while you two inspect the goods. Remember to keep a low profile.
Understood. Keep it stealthy.
Yeah! And Paimon will do her best to float closer to the ground. No higher than the traveler's shoulder.
I'm ready.
All set?
I'm ready
All right.
to go.
We'll meet back up here once you're done.
Whatever you wish. Huh? Okay. What is with this mark? Good question, Paimon. I'm just gonna hand him an ice block. That's one. Aren't these guys suspicious about this? It's clear. Oh. Treasure hoarders. Oh. Bam. Nope. I'm gonna find it. Swear to you. Oh.
Okay, so no fakes. These people are definitely anxious to get their goods to Fontaine all in one go. But did you see the strange markings on some of them? Oh, wonder what they mean. Let's go ask Yelan.
Good work. As for the auction, Officer Edler was able to gather some useful intel too. We're almost certain their target is the auction taking place at the Hotel de Boer in 2 days. The markings you managed to capture were applied with a special kind of paint. Almost impossible to notice without some kind of specialized tech, like the forensic imaging device. I think we're looking at a treasure hoarder insignia. Each big shot in the organization has their own, almost like a personal signature. And considering what we know about the case, I'd wager this is Scamface's handiwork.
So it's labeling the goods, but why? What messages are you trying to
Based on
send?
the port manifest, it looks like the marked goods include fertilizer from Sumeru, local fireworks, soap, and perfume.
So, nothing special then? Just some farming products and everyday necessities?
Fireworks.
Fertilizer, soap, and perfume. No, there's something going on there. Might be risky, but I'm gonna investigate on board and hitch a ride to Fontaine while I'm at it.
We're coming.
Yeah, let's see this thing through. Paimon's gotta know what's going on here.
Well, you've proved yourselves so far, so I don't see a problem with that. Just know once we board the ship, we're bound to come face to face with Corday and Dodamani. So make sure you're prepared.
Not sure who those
The
are.
investigation might look a little different this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who that
Excuse me,
is.
passengers. Due to limited space in the cargo hold, we've been forced to store some of the goods on the deck. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Ah, please, no need to apologize for your success in business. I just hope it rubs off on the rest of us.
It looks like all the goods marked with Scamface's insignia have Corday listed as the shipper. Dodamani is in the cargo hold, likely making sure all the goods are in place for delivery.
Are they inspecting something? Why are they rifling through the boxes? Paimon can't make sense of it.
Expecting.
Here, take this cipher. It should help you figure out their coded messages. This is the plan. While I distract Corday and Dodamani, you two investigate the goods marked with Scamface's insignia. We might learn something useful.
If I find something concerning, is it okay if I do with it right then and
By
there?
all means. I trust your judgment.
Huh? Wait! You're just gonna go...
Oh, excuse me, gentlemen, but have we met? You're Mr. Corday, a famous antique collector in the Quartier Lyonnais, correct? I believe the three of us have had the pleasure of meeting once before. At Jiuguan Tea House in Yilong Wharf, if I'm not mistaken.
Huh? You... Ah, the Dice Master of Yenshang Tea House. It's a pleasure, Miss Yelan.
Oh, so you've heard of me too?
Yes, I had an absolutely delectable cup of tea there once. One can hardly leave Yenshang Tea House without hearing about your legendary dice skills.
What do they mean by
I
this?
suppose something keeps bringing us together. A shared love of tea, perhaps?
Yes, that must be it. Well, looks like we ran into each other at the perfect time. I'm heading to Fontaine on vacation, you see. Any recommendations on where I should visit? Someplace I could find an exquisite tea set, perhaps. Like a fine art exhibition, or an auction. I hear Fontainian black tea has a unique flavor. I imagine your tea sets are a sight to behold as well.
You...
Ah, does this gentleman have an interest in tea sets as well?
Of course. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Yelan. I'm also heading to Fontaine for travel. Corday's invitation, you see.
What?
In fact,
No, that's definitely
I'm the
not
one
his
who
own
owns the
voice.
Yep. Yelan is actually talking to them. Are we sure that's
How
a
much
good
time she's
idea?
giving us and everything. Let's use it.
Alright, then let's go somewhere out of their line of sight so we can start investigating those boxes.
Yeah.
What's with the strong smell coming from these boxes? Must be a bunch of stuff mixed together. And there's a strange note. But Paimon can't
So
read what
Nin
it
code,
says.
luckily we have this
Yelan
cipher.
really thinks of everything, huh? But, you know how to use this thing, right?
A formula made by mixing certain substances, not very complicated, but the steps are rendered in great detail. By mixing the three main ingredients in the prescribed proportions in the specified order, the desensitization effect is significantly reduced, allowing small fireworks to function as detonators. Install them in the locations shown, then use a timer to control the explosion timing, such that the ship's crew may be destroyed in orders. Sink their goods so they can't take part in the auction. After that, the investigating folders will work containingly away with the attention of me. Don't worry. You the boss won't play us out. Evaluate in your end, then pull your heart into acting out how grateful you are to have miraculously survived. Wait out the heat for 6 months and move to finish this matter. We need to do is bury the 15,000 more of the boss promise of this 11th century burst. No need to contact me.
Well, what does it say?
If I'm right, they're blowing up the ship!
Blowing up the ship? Are they nuts? Paimon thought this was about getting the authorities on their tails, not drawing even more attention.
Interesting. To protect the person at the top, so also adding the attention to an even bigger problem and getting a fool that leads in the process.
Okay, Yelan was right. This guy is a complete lunatic. There are innocent people on this ship. We need to find and disarm those bombs as soon as possible.
Act now. There's direction sun at this hand, so we need to hurry. Let's act now. That's one I'm taking care of. Kinda curious. What happens if I, like, get her directly into that line of sight? That's time to trickle some planting of a bomb. Dismantle the bombs and talk to your friends. Quick, be careful. All bombs estimated.
Alright, that's all the bombs on the deck. What about the cargo hold? Do we have enough time?
Already taken care of. Good work, you two. You stayed calm and acted fast. That was the perfect response to a situation like this.
Yelan! Honestly, it's all thanks to you. It was your idea to board the ship, and we never would have been able to figure out that message without your cipher. Wait a sec. Where are Corday and Dodamani?
Recovering from the shock, I would imagine. Suddenly finding out that you're being targeted by a dangerous individual. That must have been quite the ordeal for you, gentlemen. Almost lost your cargo and your lives in one fell swoop.
Indeed. To think such evil exists in this world. I can scarcely imagine what I did to offend this fellow. Resorting to murder like this. It's quite unfathomable.
Well, no need to fear. I'll alert the Maison Gardiennage at once and ask them to send agents to Lumidus Harbor. The two of you are clearly in need of protection. Your cargo will also need to be handed over to the authorities for inspection, Mr. Corday, just to eliminate any remaining hazards. After which, the Maison Gardiennage will escort it all to its intended destination, of course. So, if I may, where are your goods heading, Mr. Corday?
To the Hotel de Boer for an auction in 2 days.
Ah, then rest assured. The Maison Gardiennage is full of diligent and responsible personnel. You can trust that your goods will arrive at the auction without a scratch.
Our sincerest thanks.
That's not sincere at all. Some time a ship safely decks on luminous harbor of ration got a contact with safety and section. Can you say the next game finished there?
You scared the life out of Paimon, Yelan. Going right up to them like that? What if they caught on and decided to, try something desperate?
It's not a question of if, Paimon. I'm sure they caught on. But in the interest of their own survival, they had no choice but to play along. Now we can be sure the dark financier is getting desperate. The stint on the ship, that was him trying to cut his losses.
Is that
to save his
fence in
own
a
skin.
pantaloon?
He needs to get rid of anything that could be traced back to him. So, you blow up the ship. You send the goods meant for the auction straight to the bottom of the sea, and let Scamface take the heat. The last thing he wanted was for the goods to make it to the auction, but now we've ensured that they will. So he has no choice but to follow through. He could choose not to send one of his agents to the auction, and let his goods go to an unsuspecting buyer instead. But remember, their worth is inflated. It would only be a matter of time before the buyer realized the valuation was off and reported it to the authorities. As the seller, Corday would be staring down a potential conviction. At best, the dark financier has to find a new kind of moral laundering scheme. At worst, he loses one of his last reliable agents in Fontaine.
And if you decide to continue the auction, that also works in our favor.
Exactly. Our trail of evidence remains intact, and we let the buyer at the auction lead us closer to the dark financier.
Okay, so,
Don't worry. I'm sure the Traveler will explain it again in Paimon-friendly language. We're in the home stretch, and taking advantage of this auction, Officer Edler already has an informant stationed at the scene. This invitation letter will get you into the auction. I'll meet you at the Hotel de Boer in 2 days.
Ah, I can't play the rest of this until tomorrow. Okay.
Ad
Okay,
Astra
here.
at... Thank you for completing...
Yeah, Iron Cross has anything to do with the giant rune garage. Because I do wonder what the deal with those things is. And trust the auto-generated game lineup. Here we go. I know we had Hydra. Simmer.
For Rex Lapis! I'm always watching. The night is cold. Emerge. Time to relax. Right here. Not now. The night is cold.
Catalyst and attacking slow.
Whoa, mine's the command. Emerge, right here. Emerge. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Not now.
Damn. Yeah, man.